The idea of living in Cameroon and earning hard dollars from the United States market is crazy. Yes, it sounds crazy, but it is crazily true. We are now in the 21st century, no longer in the 18th century. The Industrial Revolution is gone. The time for physical labor, trekking to the market and selling goods in exchange for goats is gone. Now, through the use of technology, you can trade the stock market, you can trade in the real estate market, you can invest in startup companies without needing to be in America. In fact, the people who make billions on a daily basis can only do so because they do not rely on their physical labor and getting paid per hour like 99% of the other people do. I bet you the only thing those people have that you don't have is information and taking action on the information that they have. But now we've created an investors club that enables you to have access to the same investment opportunities that the top business people, the top investors, the top millionaires and billionaires have. Creating wealth is about having a system that works. If you have the power to leverage other people's money, other people's time, other people's experience, and most importantly, technology, there is no way you will not get rich, I promise you. Yes, if you applied this kind of system, you find yourself in a position where in 8 minutes, you generate the same results that you used to generate in 8 hours of work. This is why billionaires spend most of their time playing golf. Don't think that it's just the golf they are playing. The golf is a means of helping them relax while playing the game of money. That's why you cannot join some billionaires golf club. You are not one of them. They use these activities to interact with each other so that they can spend their time talking about money, because the real wealth is created in the mind. And when wealthy people interact with each other, they figure out the trends that money is following, they shape their game, and they play their game. The good news is that we live in a free market where anybody has the right and the power to do the same things and get rich. There are no conspiracies, no religious or occultic or political strings that you need to pull. There are scientific strategies that have been put in place for you to apply, if only you know that they exist. And this is what I am bringing to you today. Most people who are watching this video probably have Njangi somewhere where they will go and collect the money and buy Christmas rice and meat and clothes for their kids and so on. So this idea of monthly savings, or Njangi, is a traditional age-old practice in Africa. What Africans do not know is that you can use this same practice to create wealth. In fact, some people know it. How do the Bamilikes become successful business people? In their tradition, one of the strategies is to save over a long period without ever withdrawing, so that within 5 or 10 years, when you want to start your business, you now have your seed capital, and then your social group tops up that capital on an interest basis, and you launch your business. It's a similar thing with the Igbos. If you look at any tribe, any culture that thrives in business, maybe the Israelites, the Indians, and so on, they have simple practices that are ingrained in their DNA. For us, we play the Njangis, collect the money, go and drink beer or buy food, or buy other liabilities without thinking that we can actually turn this into wealth. But there is good news for you. The Investors Club gives you the opportunity to transform a Njangi practice into an investment practice. So basically, you contribute on a monthly basis as you normally do. The money is yours, meaning that at the end of, whenever you need money urgently and you no longer want to continue in the club, you can withdraw your money, no questions asked. The only thing you lose is the future benefits that you would have earned. Now, we invest this money on a monthly basis into the real estate market, the startup investing market, and the stock exchange market. Every year you get a 15% interest on your capital, which you can leave in there to grow your capital, or you can withdraw if you want. But here is a big thing. When a company that we have invested in gets public or gets acquired or matures and becomes profitable, it is very likely that the capital of this company will multiply by at least 1,000. So our target is to invest in 2 companies every month, so that at the end of 5 years, we will have 120 companies in our portfolio. Now, if only 10 of these companies meet our target of 1,000x return, that means we would have made $10 million in revenue in our club. If we are 100 of us in that club and we are to share $10 million, how much will you get? Do you see how practical that is? So if you are in Cameroon and you get just $100,000 within 5 years, that is above 50 million CFA francs. So what I'm telling you is that in 5 years, you can create a retirement account with 50 million francs in it. If you are in the United States, my goal for you is that you should be able to create a retirement account with at least $1 million in it. Let us not be smiling slaves. Let us get serious about creating wealth. We can do it because the systems exist. It is not trial and error. It's not me doing it. It's not you doing it. We are simply playing a game whose rules are clear and whose results are predictable. And if you know that I'm a rigorous scientist, then you understand that I only choose systems that have a scientific component. So it is clear that the game of money has changed. The rules of money have changed. The economic system has changed. Your job is no longer the solution. Your small business is no longer the solution. And all the ideas that you learned at home about money, they are all lies. Money is a game that you can play if only you know the rules. And the thing about a game is that if you play the right game on the right field, following the right rules, you will get the right results. So stop being emotional about money. Let's get systematic. So what we have done in the Investors Club is that we have zoned in on 3 investment vehicles, 3 wealth creation vehicles that make up the strategies that 90% of the wealthy people use. I'm talking about the stock market, real estate, and the startup investment industry. When I talk about the stock market, real estate, and startup investing, please don't rush to conclusions, because each of these domains also has a traditional way of doing things, the way business has been done since the Industrial Revolution, and then we have the disruptive way of doing things. I am a disruptive entrepreneur and investor, so I go for the disruptive approach. By disruption, I mean systems that are powered by other people's experience, other people's time, other people's money, and most importantly, the power of technology. So There are 3 platforms that I have subscribed to after very rigorous and specialized training. And I'm going to use these platforms to carry out investment activities in these 3 domains that I have named to you on your behalf. Remember that what a system does is that it multiplies any seed that you sow into it. So if I invest my personal funds of maybe if I'm able to raise $1,000 a month and invest, it is guaranteed that within 5 years I will be a millionaire. There's no question about that. But what if we could raise $10,000 and pump into that same system? Well, if I can become a millionaire, then many other people will become millionaires accordingly. Systems work like the ground. You sow a seed, it multiplies that seed and gives you. You sow a handful of seeds, it multiplies that handful of seeds and gives you. If you sow enough to build a plantation or a forest, you will get your harvest accordingly. It's called a multiplier effect. So being a coach, mentor, inspirational figure, leader, teacher, and so on, when I find something that is amazingly simple and practical and scientific, my first impulse is to get other people along. And you don't need to have any expertise in these domains. You don't need to be able to figure out everything. All you need to do is to discipline yourself, to participate in the investment club, contribute on a monthly basis into our capital pool, and this money will go and work money for you. So what I invite you to do is to visit the website investorsclub.godfreyaso.com. Read through all the material that is there. Most of it has been covered in this video. Sign up for membership by filling the application form on the site. We will look at your profile, reach out to you by phone and email, and figure out how you can be part of the Investors Club. Welcome to the disruptive approach to creating wealth. Welcome to the new you.